This is Lay the Points. I believe it's episode 8. Could be episode 9. I'll have to check and make sure that is on there, right? When I'm done. Either way, we lost yesterday. Couldn't get Tampa to get anything going. They tried a few times, but never got there. So, hey, you know. But today, we're going to do this on the craps table a little bit because I feel like people obviously like craps too. We've talked about craps a lot on this show, Lay the Points. So, again, we got a bet today. It's going to be somewhat easy to get behind. So, there you go. And we got the craps table. And mostly I'm getting on the craps table today, guys, because some of the comments I've been getting, I think, are from newer viewers of mine and stuff. Hey, hello. GM. Some newer viewers and stuff, and they don't fully understand. Good morning to everybody. They don't fully understand who Wager is. If you haven't been around my videos a long time, they don't fully understand that, you know, if you're going to give me comments like basically letting me know that or you say that I'm wrong, or I'm telling people wrong, or something like that, you're going to have to back that up. You're going to have to back that up with more than just your words. So again, I've had something similar to that. Hey, I will show my stuff live and in person to anybody that wants to see it, that anyone wants to play it. If you're going to try to tell me that I'm wrong, because from my experience, I'm not. And it's nothing to do with that. I'm not saying someone else is wrong. What I'm saying is that my craps table, my underlayment is coming up. That's partly because I have it at a public place that gets used, but that's fine. I did that on purpose because I want people to be interested in craps. Okay, so let's talk about the bet. Let's get that out of the way, guys. I like the Miami Heat plus 9 points tonight. They're playing Boston. They won the first game. I just think Miami Heat pose a very difficult matchup defensively for Boston. Miami matches up very well with them on the defensive side. So I think 9 points is a lot. I just don't think that Boston can beat them by 10. I don't think that that's in the realm of the game. I'm not saying Boston won't win. Boston might win. But by 10, I just don't see it. So that's where I'm at today, guys. And it's mostly based on Jimmy Butler being really great in the playoffs, as well as that Miami plays a very, very rugged attack you style of defense, and they have multiple defenders that can defend the wings of Boston. Boston doesn't play a lot in the paint as far as like go to a big man. And I think that hurts them in series like this where the team matches up with them defensively. So I like the Miami Heat plus 9 points. It's 9 points when I bet it. It's still going to be 9 points. It'll probably be 9 points all day. Maybe toward the game it might fluctuate some, but if the game's later. But that's where I'm at today. I like Miami Heat plus 9. You're getting 9 points. In an Eastern Conference Finals game, they're going to be going all out. Now, Boston has to win this game. I feel like if Boston loses this game, they're done. They're done for the – I just don't think they can not lose two more if they lose this one. So, but anyways, let's get to some craps. So we're on the Miami Heat today, guys, plus 9. All right, so let's talk craps. Let's talk the strategy. All right, guys, so basically, if anyone's watching my stuff, I've progressed over time to essentially one strategy. Now, this one strategy has a lot of variations, right? It's the 6, 7, 8. Basically, it's not even the 6, 7, 8. It's the don't. You play it, you set a don't, and you use the don't as a cover bet to cover your box numbers, right? Guys, let me tell you something. I am not a dark side player. I am a light side player. I've tried to explain this to people before, that I play the don't because I want to be able to play the box numbers. I just don't want to be able to play the box numbers against the 7. I want to be able to play the box numbers against a different number. And that's the whole premise behind the hybrid style of play that I use. It has nothing to do with playing the don't as far as I'm a light or a dark side player. It has everything to do with that I don't want to play against the 7. I want to play with the 7. And that's the whole That's the whole thought process behind it. I'm not playing against other shooters, all that kind of stuff that gets talked about. I'm not doing that stuff. I don't consider myself playing against you if I have a don't. All I'm doing is playing. I want the 7 on my team, and that's it. There's no more to it than that. That is the 100% simplest truth of the strategy. I don't want nothing else. I just want to be able to play where I have the 7. That's it. And then I like playing the box numbers because I want to be able to win on long rolls. I want to be able to win on box numbers, the positive odds. All right, so let's get some money. I'm going to talk us through the whole 6, 7, 8 land. Okay, so what we have is there's 900. $1,000. $1,000 buy-in. This is, in my opinion, this is about the base. Hello, everybody. This is about the base that you should play craps if you don't have a $5 table. If you don't have a $5 table somewhere, $1,000 is about the base bankroll you should play craps with. Now, I know people are going to say that they play with way less than that and they do fine. Hey, awesome. What I'm saying is, for an optimal situation, you should be playing with a $1,000 bankroll or better. If you can play with a $2,500 bankroll, you're going to do so much better than you will with a $500 bankroll, guys. And that's because you can outweigh the variance. Your bankroll can beat the variance then when you have bad runs. All right. Okay, you want to have 6, 8, and 5? How to throw? Is that what you're asking? The 6, 8, and 5? Yeah, I'm the wrong guy to be asking dice control stuff. I know some of the thought processes behind, like the 3V, if that's what you're asking. The 3V is supposedly supposed to throw inside numbers. Again, guys, I don't think that matters. That's all individualized. But they say the 3V should throw inside numbers. If you don't know what the 3V is, I will show it to you really quick. The 3V is exactly how it sounds. The 3's in a V. And then they throw it. But guys, I'm not a dice control guy, so I'm sorry if that's what you're asking for. I'm just not a dice control guy. I don't think it's necessary to win. All right, so $1,000 bankroll, guys. When you play with $1,000 bankroll on the 6, 7, 8 style of play, hybrid style of play, you have to make a choice. Are you going to play with $100 don'ts or less? You shouldn't go higher. If you play with $100 don'ts, guys, you essentially have 10 plays, right? You have 10 plays. Because if you get the don't through, the box numbers aren't at risk. And that's one of the things that it's hard for players to get an understanding of, is that the only risk you have is the don't, as long as you play it correctly. It's one of the things that my buddy on another channel, he always overplayed it, and it was costing him. He never grasped the concept that he had to play less than his don't. And he's a real popular craps guy. I'm not going to put him out there, but he always made that mistake. And so when he rolled the 7, he was still a loser. So I'm going to explain this really quick. So let's say I play with a $100 don't, guys. $100 don't. Here we go. We're just going to randomly chunk them. Randomly chunk them. We got a 9, 6, 3, 9. Okay, here we go. Point's going to be 9. So in this case, I have $100 to use. And let's say we're at, we can even play at a $25 table, because I know a lot of people have to play at $25 tables. All right, so I have $100 to use. In this, I have $100 in coverage. That's what I'm trying to explain, in coverage. All right, so I'm going to grab the 6 and 8 for 30 apiece. So right here, I have a big advantage, right? Hello, Deborah.
Hey.
How are you?
I'm good. I'm just dropping off this check.
Okay. So I have that was the people that own this place, Tomahawk Chop, where my stuff's at. They're great people. So right here, I have 5 ways to win, 5 ways to win, versus 4 ways to lose. So right now, I'm a 10-4 advantage. And that's what this gives you. So I have 10 ways to win, and I'm going to win $35 per. This $60 is not at risk. I understand that it loses on the 7, but this wins $100. Oh, so hold on. I messed up. I have 4 ways to lose, 5, 5, and 6 ways to win. So I have 16-4. So I have 16 ways versus 4 ways to lose. All right, so 75% chance that I do better than this. All right, so to cover my 100, I need 3 hits, right? Or the combination of that. But this is a base setup for the 6, 7, 8, especially when you get the 9 as the point, where you're in such a good spot at this point that you can spread out. If I hit one of these, I can spread out. I can spread out. There's not a lot of loss there. And let me explain. So let's see if we can get that to happen. Aces. We needed that first roll. We don't need it this roll. Aces are going to do nothing for us. If we were on the Iron Cross, it would have been perfect. And 7. Okay, so this is a great example. This is what I'm talking about. We didn't lose these bets, guys. I understand that they are going to get picked up, but we're going to make $100. So 60. So we made a $40 profit. Now people are saying if you just played the don't, you would have won $100. But we gained 10 combinations for giving up $60. We could have easily rolled a 6 or an 8. Oh, sorry. We're going to win our $100 right there, and we're going to start over. All right, so we're $40 to the positive. All right, so this is another thing I like to do. I like to keep an idea of how much I am in the positive. That way I know what I can free roll. All right. Let's dump the bowl. There we go. Coming out. Oh, smacked. All right, so there's a come out loss. That's part. Another thing about the come out losers, when you're playing any type of don't strategy, the come out losers are the price to do business. All right, so now we're down 60. Oh, back to back, smacked. All right, now we're down 160. So I like to keep this in mind, guys. I want to know where I'm at all times. I don't want to have to guess. Normally I wouldn't let 2 shooters beat me, but we're making a video here, so we're going to keep on going. But that jumped out. I have a hole over here on my craps table where the chip rack thing is supposed to go, where the box man keeps all the chips. I haven't covered this hole, so that jumped out of the table. All right, here we go. This is the perfect thing. 3 7s in a row. This is the argument I get from people. I'm glad this is happening. All right, so we're down 260, I think. And there's a hard 8. Okay, so we finally got through those 7s, which was brutal. All right, now we got the 8. Right now I'm getting all the see I told yous. I love the see I told yous. All right, so we can play the Iron Cross behind this. I remember I said I was at a $25 table. So this Iron Cross doesn't fit it exactly, right? We have 80 at risk, but this is bad odds, right? Or bad ratio, not odds. The ratio here is really terrible. We're not winning hardly anything there. So in this case, I would put some odds on my 8 right here. I'd put at least 60 in odds. That way I could go up at least to 2-1. Oops. And the reason I do this is because I want to play the Iron Cross from here, because I have 31 combinations to win. I have 31 winning combinations. Now, if I lose on the 8, that's going to hurt. So right now I have 135 versus 150 potential, right? So my 7 is still somewhat valuable, but I got 31 winning combinations. And there's the 9, 6, 3, 9. And at this point, because I've had all those come out losers in a row, I would collect a few of these. I would want to get some profit rolling on this shooter, if I could. And a 7. So I'm glad I collected the first one because we rolled a 7 right after that. A lot of 7s today. All right, so we're going to win 150 minus the 135, I believe, or whatever it was. All right, not bad. Besides all those come out crashes. All right, remember we had 3 straight come out losers. 3 in a row. It looks like we're at about $700. All right. So let's see if the strategy makes its way back, or if we keep getting smacked. There's a 314. 314. That's one of the best spots we can be in, right? The 4 of the 10 is essentially the best spot we can be in with the dome. So at this point, I'm going to play 135 across. And the reason I play the 135 across here on the 4 of the 10 is because it's unlikely that I hit the 4 again before I hit a whole bunch of those other numbers. It's very unlikely. And now, the 135 obviously is bigger than the 100. So we're going to have to put some odds on there. But because it's the 4, we're not so worried about it. So I'm going to go, so 80 will only give us a $5 win, right? So we need, let's just go to 100. All right, obviously we don't want to roll a 4. If we do, really, really tough. It's tough luck when if you hit these points. I know I'm going to get the horror stories of, man, I always knock my 4s and 10s off. I don't ever lay the back wall. Let me explain laying the back wall in my opinion. Now, I'm not saying it's a bad idea because one of the guys that I really respect in the craps world does it all the time. But when you lay the back wall, you are almost guaranteeing to start with a loss. Almost guaranteeing to start with some type of loss. I'm not going to see 3 7s in a row all that often. I don't think I will. But I am going to see a point made basically every shooter, right? Because eventually you're laying the back wall. Eventually there's a point, so you're guaranteeing a loss. Now I get if you have 3 7s in a row, the laying the back wall would have been great. But if you have 7 points in a row, that there was never a come out 7, you're just losing. So I don't lay the back wall for them reasons, and them reasons only. All right, there's a 639. I'm going to win $35. And at this point, with the 4 and the 10, guys, I like to press. So I'm going to go on and press the 5, collect my $10. Remember, it's only the initial risk you have to cover. It's only the initial 135 that this has to cover. Any pressed money is profit. There's the 5. So that was a really good choice to press. So that's a $70 winner. 50 will pay 70. And I'm just going to move down the line. I'm going to press the 6. It's not really, I don't have any preference on what I'm pressing. I just kind of start at the bottom and go up. And there's the 6, oddly enough. 4 deuce 6. That's going to also win 70. So now if we pulled down, we've won 140 and 35. So 70, 70, and 35. If we pulled down and just fought this 4, we'd be in a very, very bright situation. And that's what we're going to do. Remember, I'm doing this because we had the bad run of 7s. So I've won 35 on the initial hit. Then I won 70. Then I won 70. So I'm going to pull all this off. And I'm just going to play against the 4 Actually, you know what? I'm going to add a 6 and 8 in for 30 because still in good advantage. But I made a bunch of what I lost back. And that's why I like to keep track of where I'm at. Because, yeah, I might have rolled 15 more times and never hit that 4. But I also might hit the 4 this roll. I had already won $170 on this shooter. I don't want to be greedy. I'm just trying to get back. And there's the 5. Okay, that would have been a good winner. 3 deuce 5. And there's the 4. All right, so turns out I was pretty smart. Turns out I was relatively intelligent there. Let's go back on the don't. Shooter made his point of 4, but we won 170 and lost 100. So we did a smart move. And so this is why the strategy is more than just, it's more than just setting it and forgetting it. It's paying attention to what's going on. It's keeping track of what you have in your bankroll. It's keeping track of profit or loss. It's keeping track of all that stuff. All right, here we go, coming out. We got a 6. The 6 was not working. That place 6, it was off. So we're rolling for the don't. We'll move that over. We're going to add this here. Add that there, and let's go 60 in odds. All right, same thing here. We're iron crossing. I'm looking for probably 2 hits, and then we'll make an adjustment. And there's the 10, 6-4. That's a quarter winner. Remember, we're still trying to get back our profit. Or get back our bankroll that we've lost. Oh, smackola. The 6. This is a brutal smack. Why? Because you lose the extra quarter as well as the odds. That's a tough one. All right, going right back up. So now we're in a situation where we're going to probably have to start making some moves. We're about halfway. There's the 8. It's hot table today. More with all the come outs, a very hot table, as people would call it. All right, we're going to do the same thing here. We're going to go 60 in odds. Quarter there, but this time we're going to be looking to press. Hopefully we don't hit our 8. And there's a 10. We're going to have to make some moves because we're getting smacked up a little bit. We'll press that 5. Smackola on the 8. This is getting brutal. Getting brutal. This is why you only let a shooter beat you twice, right here. This is the reasoning. This is the reasoning behind that. Okay, we're going to go right back up. $100 don't. Again, same shooter. Shooter is hot. And there's the 4, hard 4. Okay, so as beat up as I've gotten this round, guys, in this hand, I would go for it right here. So I want to explain something again. Anything I put on the table, guys, I am willing to lose every penny of it. Whatever I put on the table, I'm willing to lose down to 0. I don't have a stop loss. I have a session bankroll, essentially. So I'm willing to lose every penny of it. All right, we're going to put 200 in odds because I got the best case scenario on the don't, so I'm going to try to win. Now, it doesn't go perfect every day. 135. We got 100 left. Actually, I'm going to put this 100 in odds too. So I have 300 in odds. All right, here we go. This isn't me going on tilt. This is me having lost half my session bankroll. I'm in the best situation I can be in. I'm going to try to get it back. I'm going to try to win right here. Now, could I lose? Could I roll the 4 of this roll? Absolutely, and it's going to suck. But that's part of it. You're not going to win every day. But you also have to have the guts to try to win. All right, so we're going to press the 5. Got 10 more bucks. We're just going to rack it. That was a 9, guys. Oh, come on. There's a 7, real early 7. I wanted more than that. Hopefully we're going to hit 6 or 7 numbers, but we didn't. That's okay. We won big money on the 4, took our chance. It paid off, kind of, right? I mean, it wasn't perfect. And what did we say we had here? 300? Let's make sure. Yeah, 300. So that's going to pay 150. All right, so what do we got? We got 4, 5, 6. So we're actually not doing terrible now, right? We earned a lot of that back by taking a controlled risk. We weren't tilted. We weren't doing any of that. That was a very controlled risk, right? We were on the 4. It wasn't like we weren't like risking some crazy thing because we had a 2-to-1 advantage. And that's kind of the idea. You really shouldn't let one shooter destroy you. Now, for video purposes, I didn't want to sit there and roll it all out with nothing on the board. So here we go. We're going to keep going. So we're at 600-ish. Oh, wait, let's say 600. We're probably close to 700. Here we go. And there's a 3. All right, so we got something back. It's a $100 winner. We'll take that. Hopefully it doesn't go right back here. It did. I just knew. I had a feeling that it was going to go right back. All right, we're going to lose that with that 11. So for whatever reason, it seems like they kind of follow each other. And the 8. I'm glad I didn't press that because I thought about pressing it. All right, so let's go to the Iron Cross. But this time, and you know what? I'm going to do the Iron Cross without the ratio this time. Just because I'm going to use it all profit. So whatever I roll, I'm just going to collect. Hopefully I don't roll an 8. There's a 6, of course. This is why you should have a 3-to-1 ratio. Because I only win $10 on that roll. It's okay, but I should have won 40. There's the 6 again. Of course, because I didn't bump it up. We're gonna just win $10 at a time. You're supposed to have a 3-to-1 ratio on your Iron Crosses, guys, or something close to that if you can do it and stay within your parameters of your dump. And the reason is because that way them box numbers are valuable. Oh, and we get smacked still. Boy, the table's hot. This is a very hot table. Very odd. Very light side friendly table here. All right, $100. And here's still on the light side. There's a $100 loss. All right, here we go. We're back in the situation where we're going to have to try to go for it here. And a 10. Got lucky there. 6-4. Okay, so we're going to do the same thing, guys. We're going to put, looks like just 200 in odds this time. And then we're going to spread this money out. It's supposed to be on the 10. Spread this out. And we got 20 left. Let's put that 20 on there too. Here we go. We don't want a 10. And we rolled a 10. Back to back. That's brutal. Brutal. Put all my loser money up here in my loser rack. The loser rack is the house in this one. All right, so we have, what is that, 135 out there? Hey, let's make it go. We're working on everything. Now this is tilt. Of course, 7. So, smackola. That was a brutal, brutal, brutal attack. I didn't actually really get to show anything because, well, it was brutal. But that did give you guys a good idea of why you only let a shooter beat you twice. You don't let one shooter just destroy you. But obviously it did not work out today. It did not work out in the fashion we had hoped. So here we go. That was brutal. But that's a good example of why I play the way I play too. I'm willing to bet everything I put on the table, guys, is willing to go on the table just like poker. It can go in the middle on any play. And the reasoning is because I don't want to take money to the table that I'm not willing to lose. If that's the case, then why did I take it to the table? So any money I have, any money I put out here and I get into chips, I'm willing to lose it. I know I've heard a lot of questions about stop loss and stuff. My stop loss is, I keep my stop loss as the session bankroll. And so today I would have lost $1,000, no doubt about it. I would have, everything I did right there, besides the $100 that I won on the 3, I might have stacked that and still lost it there. I might have stacked that one just because of the situation. I might have stacked it and then I would have got smacked there too. But I wouldn't have played any different than I did today. Besides, I wouldn't have let one shooter beat me like that. But as far as the situations that arose, I would have played just like that. And it doesn't always work. Some days it works miraculously, and other days are like this where everything you don't want to roll rolls. And we got hit on a lot of points. We had a lot of points beat us, which also hurts. You know, hitting a point, a shooter hitting a point is only like 30% of the time a shooter hits his point. So again, it's one of those weird situations where you gotta make your choice. There's no perfect strategy. There's no perfect way to play. So you gotta make your choice on where your risks are at. And I made my choice that my risks were on the don't and on the point. And in this case today, I got beat up on both. I got beat up a bunch on the come out, and then I got beat up on my points. I probably lost more money hitting the 8s alone than I did hitting that. So could it have went the other way? Sure, it's went the other way hundreds of other times. But today, in these set of rolls, there was a lot of come out 7s. There was only one come out 11. So that was kind of neat. And I hit the 8. It seemed like I hit that 8 point a bunch. I hit a 4 point once, and I hit a 10 point. The 10 right at the end here. So it wasn't like just only the higher probability ones. So that's what I'm getting at, is that the variance, that's why you got to have a large bankroll. And that's why you don't let one player beat you. You don't let one shooter beat you, or you don't let yourself beat you. You know, oftentimes I see players trying to play this way and they beat themselves because they're hitting their own points. Don't let yourself beat you. If you see it going light side, go light side. And that's probably what I should have done today, is I should have made the move to just light side while it was hot. Now I didn't, because that's not what I was showing, and I didn't actually even think about it till now. But that's part of paying attention, part of the focus of the game as well. But anyways, if you missed my bet earlier, I said Miami Heat +8 tonight. If you're interested in that part of the show, the Lay the Points show. If you're interested in that, I like Miami Heat. I like their defense. I like the matchup is what I like probably the most about that game, is the matchup. You know, on defense, Miami Heat defense versus the shrinking Celtics. I feel like the Celtics shrink what is going on here? My stupid tripod doesn't hold its water anymore. Gotta get a new one. See, it just kind of slowly falls. But anyways, this was a great show today, right? Wager got smacked on the table. We talked about a little bit of sports. It was a good show. Guys, I don't mind showing the losses at all. I actually like it. I like showing the situations that I talk about that I don't always get to show. Like, don't let a shooter beat you twice, or, kind of manipulating your play based on which point you get. It worked really well on the 4 once, but then it didn't work so well on the 10. So again, all those things I don't always get to show in videos because they just don't come up. But in this situation, we got a good one where I got beat up on the video. Nothing really worked that I was trying. You guys got to see the negative aspect of the strategy. I love this. I love these kind of videos. seeing the loser side of strategies is as beneficial as seeing the winner side of the strategies, because then you get an idea of where it goes bad, how it goes bad. All right. Whereas sometimes, when you only see the winning side of it, you don't recognize when it's losing. You don't recognize the losing side of it. So this was a great video, in my opinion. Thank you guys for joining me and hanging out with me. And hopefully I answered the questions I needed to answer. I don't see any others. So anyways, this was fun, guys. Thank you for your time. Again, like I said, Miami Heat +8 or +9. Sorry, it's +9. +9 tonight. It's normal juice. I think it was -110 when I got it. So normal juice. Miami Heat +9. Let's get it. Anyways, guys, thank you for your time. This is Jacob from Wedge Me This.